So you've been watching YouTube for many, many years, and you've been playing games for many, many years, and you think you're funny enough, or you're good enough at games, or you're just a creative minded person, and you want to start uploading videos, like gaming videos on that game that you want to play, but you just don't know where to start. Well, this is the video for you then. I will be showing you what kind of software you need for recording your videos, and I will do a deep dive on everything that you need to know for it to be working smoothly, to get it going. And then of course you need to edit the videos, which I will also show you a free editing software, which of course the recording software is also free, but also a free editing software that's very beginner friendly, that's very good for new people, and I will help you also with getting started on your first time editing ever. This is a complete beginner's guide for people that are completely new, don't necessarily know what they need to do. So the first thing they did is search up on YouTube, for a tutorial, and here I am to help y'all. So let's go ahead and get started. Now let's go ahead and download our recording software first, because of course always you have to record the video first and then edit it. So we are going to be using OBS. You may or may not have heard of it. It's the most popular recording service. I mean, like, you can't get much better than OBS. It's free too, which is amazing. So here is I will leave the link in the description to get to this page, but you can also just copy this if you want. Go here, but it will be just in the description. Just click on the link. Very simple. So they have the typical three options. I'll be going with Windows, and very simple. All you do is just click download installer, and boom, it downloads to your PC. After this is done, boom, it is done. So all we want to do now is just click on it, and once we click on it, it'll open up a boom. It'll ask for permission. Just click yes, and then you go through it and download it. Now it says I already have it running and installed and everything, so I can't install it again, obviously. But once you have that installed, it should be on your desktop, or maybe it's already open, because I think when you download it, it like is check marked for automatically open. So if it's not open, it should be on your desktop. Just go ahead, click it, open it up, and you should be taken to this screen. Now, I believe you won't have any scenes. You might have a default just scene. I do not know, so we'll just go ahead and make a scene. So we want to go ahead and come to the bottom left corner here to the plus mark, click it, and then we can name it. For example, I'll just do example. Boom. So for this scene, there's already these sources, but since we made a new one, there's no source. You're not going to have any sources, obviously. If you have a face cam, you want to go down into this plus again for an add a source, and you can see you have a bunch of options here. You will want to do video capture device. If you have a face cam, it will open this up. You can name it whatever. You can do face cam, and then click OK, and then boom, and then you select the device you want. I'd be using the Logitech Brio. I'm already using my face cam on another OBS. It won't actually work, but for example purposes, that's how you would do it. You just go ahead and select your face cam, and it should work. They even have a bunch of different options for it, like FPS and color space and stuff, but most of the stuff you won't usually have to worry about. So you now have your face cam. Now you might not use face cam, which is obviously perfectly fine. Now we got to add the important part, which is obviously your game capture. You want to record your gameplay. So you will go down again to the plus icon for the sources, and you will click on game capture. Now you can name it if you want, game, and click OK, and then boom, it will pop up. Okay, so I've opened up the game The Finals, which if you don't know, I actually make videos on, so you know what I'm saying. If you want to check them out, if you find the game interesting, go ahead. But either way, so we have added our game. Now for you, so you do need the game open for it to recognize it, but most of the times it's actually a lot better to, so if you're not in this, double click on the game, the game video, and turn this capture any full screen application, which right now you can see it's actually working, but a lot of the times it doesn't. So you want to do capture specific window, and go window, and then go The Finals, which is the game that I'm playing, or whatever game you're playing. It'll be called, the game that it's called, and then it should pop up. Now it is a little tedious sometimes, because if you do play a different game, then you have to click on this again and then open up whatever the other game is called, or click on it. It's a lot more reliable than just keeping it on full screen. And I'm not gonna lie, that was the first time I've ever seen full screen application actually work. I'm not gonna lie. So as you can see now, it's not working. So again, you just want to change it to capture specific window, and do whatever game you're playing. Now, if you had your face cam working and now you can't see your face cam and you're confused, it's because your face cam is below the game. So you just want to drag it and drag it above the game. And now, for example, like just imagine my face cam's here, this black. Now it's covering the entire game. So you just want to grab this red outline here, and you just want to grab one of these corner squares and just drag it. And then you can make it whatever size you feel need. You can put it on either side, whatever, down, or in middle of the screen if you want. You could place your face cam anywhere you desire. But for example, I do top right, and then boom, beautiful. Just imagine my beautiful face on that top right screen right there. So that is the basics of actually being able to see what you're gaming, but now you got to be able to hear what you're gaming. So now we have to add audios, which you can see right here, audio mixer. If it's a headset mic, if it's a USB mic, if it's anything, you will want to go to, again, sources, add a source, and you will want to do audio input capture right here. And you can name it, for example, I named my microphone. You can name it mic and create new. And then it's very simple. All you do is just click whatever microphone you're using. So for me, it would be the voice meter output. And then you just click OK. And then as you can see right there, the audio mixer has popped up immediately. It is recognizing my mic of me speaking. And you can see the little bars bouncing. So that is perfect. That is exactly what we want. And you have a volume dial here, which you can change the volume. You can see I can make it negative, 30, 40 decibels, and you can see it's very quiet. Or I could, put it at 0. Now, it does have filters, which if you see here, you click on your mic, make sure you have it selected, and you can click filters here, and then it pops up a whole nother thing where you can press the plus icon once again, and then you have all these options. The most popular one that a lot of people use, and I would suggest you using, is noise suppression. So if we click on noise suppression, I just keep it how it is. You can have it on RNN, or you can have it on Speaks, which uses less, but it's not as good. I would suggest use RNN unless you have a very not expensive kind of PC and you're not sure if it'll be able to handle it with OBS running and gameplay running, but that's up to you. I suggest just use it because I don't think it makes it that much of a difference, but again, up to you. And it'll just make your mic sound a lot better. It'll make the background noise of whatever is going on, like a train going by your house or whatever. If you have a noisy neighborhood, there you go, it'll block it out. Most of the time, I don't see people ever really having problems unless they do the low CPU usage. Then I do see times of people having issues. But if you have it on this one, you're pretty much good to go. Now your mic's going, people can hear you good, you're sounding nice, your gameplay is looking good, but people can't hear your gameplay. So what's the point? So obviously we need to add the gameplay now. So again, we go to sources and we hit the plus icon, and instead of audio input this time, we go audio output. So we just add audio output. You can name it whatever. You could do game audio. Hit OK, and then you can go ahead and select whatever it is, which for me, for example, will be voice meter input. I will click OK, and right now the game audio is not moving because you actually have to be inside of the game, because when you're out of the game, it pauses the audio. So once you go into the game, you will see the audio spikes move. Well, you actually won't. Can test it by actually just recording, by hitting start recording. Go into your game, just leave it go for like 3 seconds, make sure there's audio playing in the game, obviously, like music or something from the game, and then go back to your OBS, stop recording, and then you can go up to file here, show recordings, and then your file will be there, and you can double click on it, listen to it, and make sure there's game audio. But now that's pretty much it when it comes to recording. Pretty basic. As long as you follow the steps right, you shouldn't really have that much of an issue. You might need a tweak with the audio because sometimes, you got to just do some test trials, just start recording, talking to your mic, maybe scream into your mic, see how it sounds, play with the little volume dial here, and make sure you have those mic filters. Like I said, at least noise suppression, maybe play with some other stuff. Again, probably only noise suppression, but try it out. And that's pretty much it when it comes to OBS. You're now recording, you're looking good, you finish your recording, but now you need to actually edit your videos, of course. So now this is where we come to the second link download, which again will be in the description, so you can just click on it, or you could just search up CapCut download if you want, and it should be the first link right here. But I'll have a link just so that, you know, for sure you don't click the wrong link and download a virus or something. Right here, just download for free. You click that, boom, downloading is done. So now you just click on it, boom. It asks again if you can allow it to use your device, yes. And you should get this screen of a CapCut desktop installer as it is installing. Now I am going to just stop installing because again I already have it installed, but you just want to go throughout with that, and it should be on your desktop again. So that it should be on your desktop, which mine is, for example. So I'll just go ahead and double click on CapCut, and when you open CapCut for the first time, it will have you create an account. So just make an account. But once you sign in and everything like that, you should have this mini little tab. Now you won't have any projects here, of course, because it's your first time downloading, but it should look pretty much just like this without any of this. All you do, super simple, the big new project button, you just click it. And then once it opens, you should be greeted by this big looking, a lot kind of looking going on, intimidating kind of maybe to you screen where trust me, it's not that intimidating once you understand what's going on exactly on the screen. I'm going to be doing a general rundown, still enough to get you started, of course, on editing that you'll need to know for basics, of course. But I do have another tutorial video, which there should be a card on the screen now that you can just click on to go to it. It will be a little bit more of an in-depth guide of how to use CapCut. You still should be able to work completely fine with what I'm going to show you this video. So you have the gameplay, everything. You're feeling like a godly gamer, a godly YouTuber, and now you need to edit it, which I find to be a very fun part. There's going to be a lot of editing. Give it a real chance. Give it a chance. It takes a little bit to get used to. It can be intimidating, but it is a lot of fun because you can just be as creative as you want in your videos. And I suggest, you know, really watching a ton more tutorials on editing. OBS, you don't really need much, of course, because you're just recording your gameplay, but tutorials, for example, like my other video, to get a broader idea and be able to really get it down, and it can be actually a lot of fun and a great learning experience. But so now you have your gameplay and you want to import it. Now let's go back to OBS real quick, and your gameplay that you recorded, like I said earlier with testing out your recording, should be in the file, show recordings, and then when you open it, it should take it to the place that you have it. So what I like to do is to back out of this stuff to minimize this stuff, and now I'm on my desktop. I like to just drag it to my desktop, and boom, it's on my desktop. Because then when I close this and I go ahead and go back to CapCut and I press import, I can go to my desktop and scroll there, and then boom, there it is. Simple. I just double click on it and there's the clip. Now there's a pretty pretty bad clip that I just chose because it's only 3 seconds. So let me go ahead and do a different clip real quick for y'all. So let's give a general rundown of what we're looking at here. So bottom here is your timeline, is where you will be cutting things in your video, zooming in with the zoom bar right here. You can zoom in really close and you can zoom out. Top left here, you have your media where you will be importing your stuff. You have audio where CapCut gives you a nice variety of copyright audio, so your video won't be copyright stricken, which is very nice. You have text, which text is very popular. I use text a lot, where you can just drag it, drop it onto your video, and then you can edit it and go, hello, mate. And there you go. You can give it a nice little font. Boom. And we could even give it a nice preset style. Boom. Look at that. Look at that text. Looks very nice. Could even go above and beyond if you wanted to and give it like a shadow, which you can't really see that much, but there you go. Which I've actually just noticed I'm wearing the exact same hat. Go Timberwolves, bro. Timberwolves up top. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Timberwolves up top. Nas Reed the GOAT. All right, but anyways, then the top left, let's continue with the top left. We got stickers, effects, transitions, filters, stuff that I go more in depth in my other video, but for right now, you won't really need. And then the middle part, obviously, is the player, where when you move this white little timeline thingy, and the middle part is just where you're able to see your gameplay, of course. Now, if you are like a TikToker and you like editing TikTok videos, you can change your ratio down here to a 9:16. Makes it obviously a lot smaller because it's 9:16, but you can do that. But with that, we can actually start editing our video. So let's go ahead and zoom in with the little zoom in dial here. We have the beginning of the video here. Say let's look for a open spot like right here. It's best to look for your audio spikes. You see the little spikes that are coming out of the bottom of your clip. When you see open space like that, that pretty much means that you're not talking and it's silent. You usually want to cut those parts out because people have brain rot, TikTok brain, and they like to things go fast. So you just want to go ahead and cut it. Now you might be asking, how do you cut it? Make sure you have your clip selected by just clicking on it. And you want to hit Control B, and you have to make sure that this white line thingy is hovering over the beginning part of it, and then you want to move to the end of the space of no talking, and you just want to hit Control B again, and then it selects the most clip to the right, but we just made a little edit right here where, as you can see, I can move out of the way and stuff if I'd like. But what we're going to do is just select it and hit backspace, which will delete it. That is the main thing you will be doing when it comes to editing. That's what every YouTuber does. You won't see a single YouTuber that doesn't do it unless they're like a Twitch streamer that just uploads their clips on Twitch and, you know, they don't do editing at all. You will always see that from YouTubers where they just hit Control B, go to the next space that they want to cut, Control B again, select it, cut it, boom. Now that is the general rundown of editing that I just wanted to show, is how to cut your video, how to drag it, how to make it look nice, to use a little bit of text to make the text look nice, because that is the two main things that beginner editors and just editors and period for when it comes to gaming videos do. They like to cut it and put text on the screen. Now, if you do want to see a little bit more advanced when it comes to editing and stuff, again, check out my CapCut editing video. Now, for example, if you want to learn how to do something like that, where it zooms in a bit and you can zoom in on the screen and then zoom back out to the regular size, again, watch my video. It's very simple once you learn how to do it. It just takes a little bit to learn. All we want to do is we have the video nice and edited how we like it. We will go to the top right here to the export button. We will click it, and once it loads, we can title it whatever we want, and then we can select where we want it to export to. So for example, I like to do my YouTube folder. Select folder, and we can export the video to whatever we want, 4K, 2K, 1080p. I'd suggest just 1080p to start off. That's where most people just do. Definitely don't do anything lower than 1080p. And then bitrate, I do higher, even though I think recommended's fine. I really haven't seen a difference at all, but I just keep it on higher now. And frame rate, make sure it's on 60. And format, I like to do MP4. And codecs, I just leave that on whatever it was, which is H.264, whatever. And then all you want to do is click export, and then it'll export your video to that folder. And then once that video is done exporting, you obviously want to go to YouTube, to the platform that you're going to be uploading it to, and you just click on the create button, upload video, and it should take you to this screen right here, where all you have to do is select your file wherever you selected it. So it's, for example, so my YouTube folder, like I said, is what I usually do it. And we will just go the 6 hidden achievements, for example. And boom, it will be uploading. It uploads straight immediately. You can do the title of, wow, epic, sick, video, watch now, and then parentheses, crazy, and then boom, you'll get a billion kajillion views. If you guys have enjoyed this video, leave it a like, subscribe, comment, Let me know what other how-tos you want to see. I do make a lot of the finals gaming videos, so if you want to see examples of gaming videos that I've created, you can go onto my channel. I have a bunch up there. Watch them if you want. But anyways, peace, y'all.